You know, when it's applicable, I really like opening up these reviews with a quote or something related to the character. And I would, of course, always like to go scene specific if I can to the character's actual outfit. But there's really two problems here right now. First of all, I cannot do a good Anthony Hopkins Hannibal Lecter voice. And secondly, I have no idea how to turn around a quote about phantom nipple pain into a review tie-in. But anyway, today on Outside the Box Reviews, we are taking a look at the Funko Pop Vinyl Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. This is technically the first, but the third I've picked up out of the recent string of Pop Vinyl movie figures that I would consider on the cusp of horror, but not quite horror. We've of course got the Alien and the Predator, both sci-fi movies with horror themes in them, and Silence of the Lambs, which I will not consider a horror movie, but will consider a fantastic thriller, suspense movie, whatever you want to call it, with very horrific imagery in it. But Funko has done it once again and turned everyone's favorite cannibalistic serial killer into an adorable little pop vinyl figure. And as you can see, he's different from every pop vinyl figure we've ever gotten because he has something other than his own 2 feet to sit on. Now, in some of the other waves, I'm sure they've done this. I know they have a Jabba the Hutt where he's, Jabba the Hutt body instead of a human body. But out of all the ones I have, they're pretty much whatever the character's body is sitting on the floor. But Hannibal has the trademark little cart. So he could be wheeled around. Of course, these wheels don't move. They're just sculpted on there. Not a whole lot of detail from the back. He's got the big black straps on here that hold him down. Now, these black straps actually feel movable. Feels like you could actually move him around, take him off if you even wanted to, but he is glued down to the base of this, so you don't actually have the ability to just pluck him off and put him back on. I assume you could pick up another one and cut these off and pry him off the base, but then he's just standing there in a straitjacket, so I don't know if that really helps anything either. His black shoes, I have a little scuff on mine where you can see through to the orange paint below. His leg shackles, his orange prison jumpsuit, his straitjacket, which is just adorable with his arms crossed there. You can see it going up around his collar. Onto the face, we have the iconic Hannibal Lecter mask. This is a little interesting because I thought they'd honestly just take the exact same design they did for Jason Voorhees and cut out the shape around it. Basically use the same design. But no, it's definitely newly sculpted, different little grill in there, the little nose. I love that he has dark circles under his big black round cute eyes. Very funny. Little ears here on the side, straps to the mask, even has some holes in the back so the size could theoretically be adjusted. My big gripe with this figure is the coloration on the head, however. The mask, depending on the resources you look at, sometimes it does look like this grayish color, but most of the time it actually has more of a brownish, almost golden tinge to it. Definitely not what they went with here. And because they went with this grayish tinge and then a gray for his hair, it really kind of gets washed out when you look at it from a distance. They almost seem to be the same color. The hair is vaguely sculpted in there. The gray paint, however, is kind of cutting into some of these sculpted lines and really taking away some of the detail in his hair. But on top of that, what bugs me is that Hannibal's hair was not gray. It was black. Go back and check out the movie. Anthony Hopkins had black hair. I don't know why they decided to age their little Hannibal so much. And honestly, it makes me really want to go and repaint the head on this. I guess I'd probably want to track down a second one just in case I screw it up and have to abandon the project, but it is disappointing to me that they didn't get the colors right on the head. Now, I guess I'm being dumb sitting here complaining about movie accuracy in a line that is cute and hyper stylized, but what can you say? This is what I have a problem with in my stupidity here. Of course, as any pop vinyl, only point that moves is the head. You can swivel back and forth on it. So it comes down to it, do I recommend Dr. Lecter here? Well, it's not a strong recommend, but I do. I love these pop vinyl things, especially when it's from a movie I enjoy. I'm always down for picking these things up. Obviously, the pop vinyl line is so extensive that it's a very daunting task to think about picking up all of them, and I don't even pretend to want to. I think when it comes to the releases we're getting soon for the horror stuff, I'm probably going to have a hard time keeping up with those, and I'm probably going to end up picking and choosing for the beginning and then going in and backfilling the rest later because it's just going to be a lot of pop vinyl figures. but Hannibal's an okay addition. I like that he's on his little cart. It makes him very different than other pop vinyls, though it does make me long for an escape scene Hannibal with the little baton and the blood around his mouth. Maybe as a con exclusive somewhere, because it seems like they like to keep the bloody ones as con exclusives, but that would be a full, fresh new sculpt, so who knows if they'd ever get around to doing that. I don't know, looking at this, I was trying to think of other characters along the same line that they could do, and even though it's not that iconic, I would love to see the Tom Noonan, Francis Dollarhide character from Manhunter. I think a cutesy version of that would just be really sick and amusing. Now, I had to search a little bit more for this pop vinyl than I normally do. Normally, I find them pretty easily. This one eluded me for quite a bit. I found the Alien and the Predator at my comic book shops, but this one I found at a Books-A-Million. I walked in and they had a huge wall of Funko figures, and he was one of the ones sitting there. Ironically, I don't think they had any Alien and Predator, but it seems like bookstores and comic stores are the best way to go to pick up these pop vinyls in person. Of course, you could always go into actual online retailers to find them a little easier without having to hunt everywhere. Paying shipping might just save you the gas prices. Make sure you check out Outside the Box Review on Facebook. There'll be a link below. And until next time, this has been another Outside the Box Review, and I could still hear the action figures screaming. I assume you could pick up another one and